Round 3. Alright, so we have talked about eating enough. We have talked about the gradual introduction of a higher workload or adaptation, allowing your body to adapt and not going too far too soon. Now, let's just round it all off and just talk about the idea of being a fitness instructor as your full-time vocation. Now, initially, this is maybe this should have been the first video, to be honest, but oh well. From my experience mainly is with. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to get out of this room because that dehumidifies. My experience mainly has been that Les Mills does not recommend, as a company, that you teach classes full-time. And I can understand why. I also am not going to recommend to you that you do this. Okay, I'm just sort of speaking from a point of experience where I do it. I haven't keeled over yet. And I know there are people that are interested. Okay, so yeah, it is far more. It would be far more logical for you. Sorry, that's my finger in the way of the camera. It'd be far more logical for you to get qualified in personal training, for example, and then you can do sort of be part of the fitness industry without being physically in it the whole time with everything you do, and spend time on a gym floor, etc. But I'm sure you've heard that before, so let's just skip straight on. Now, for a lot of people, they get into teaching classes because it is what they are passionate about, primarily, and it is not about the money. Alright, now if that's you, then okay, but there will have to be a bit of a mindset change. So we're talking about making a lifestyle change so that class you teach is your income, okay? Your primary income, okay? Whether or not you do other little bits and bobs on the side, or you're invested in stocks or whatever, if this is primarily what you want to do, then suddenly how much you get paid and the facilities you work at and the way you're treated becomes far more important, okay? Just like any other job. Now, I don't know what your average is for a class, okay, or what is competitive or what is not competitive, okay, but at some point you may have to make tough decisions and you may have to let people down. Is $18.50 for an hour worth it? Is that an acceptable amount of money as a fitness instructor? Now, on the face of it, if you ask someone that works at a supermarket $18.50 an hour, they go, oi oi, yeah, right? But they're able to work in a job where they can do it for 9 hours and not be physically. I mean, yeah, hard work. I've worked in supermarkets. 9-hour shifts are horrible, but they're not sweating, they're not burning stupendous amounts of calories. Yeah, you know what I mean. So it's. I mean, what's the most? I think the most classes I've taught in one day, and this was with some cover, and it's almost just like a personal challenge. Is I think 8. I think I taught eight classes once. Okay, that is not something that I feel I could do right now every week. Like once a day, once a week, eight classes, and then I'll go get up the next day and teach another 5, and there was 5 before. That's for me right now. That's just too much. Okay. So we have to be sensible, okay? Because there is the time that you're in the class, there's the time before the class where you got to get there, and the time after where you got to leave, and then every time there's a new release, how many hours does it take you to learn it? Okay, this is all bits that factor in to your wage, to what you're paid. There is a better term than wage, but I can't remember what it is right now. Anyway, so yeah, what I'm trying to say is that there needs to be important decisions that you need to make. Now, do the maths as well. Is it going to be sustainable? Are you going to be able to afford to feed yourself? If not, it's a tough one. I'm personally at the point now. So when I got into it and I wanted to take it on, I'll tell you, Joe, I was delivering pizzas, right? Yeah, I was delivering pizzas. Okay, completely different sort of thing. And I started teaching pump, and I basically told myself I am going to, without fail, take on every single class as cover that I can. And that's what I did. I just went, yep. Every time anything come up, boom, I nicked it. Boom, I took it. And I started to have to let down the pizza place. I was like, I can't work tonight. I prioritized that over my actual waged job that I had. And eventually they fired me. And then I had to just do it more. So that's how I got into it, and that's how I started to build up. So I built up a reputation for being reliable, and then I also built up my workload. But as you know from the previous video, I already was training quite a lot anyway. Okay, so, but yeah, and then my aim was to teach 5 classes a day, 5 days a week, or 4 classes. If it was 4 classes a day, 5 days a week. Expected to be hour long, £20 each. And I was like, it's not bad. That's a good start. It's a good place to aim for. I have more than that now, but it's over 6 days. It's not over the all weekdays. I do teach a weekend. I've had a weekend class. I had a Saturday class for a very long time, and now it's a Sunday class that I have. You know, hey, if you don't make sacrifices, you won't make gains. As much as I might want my weekend, I don't always get it. That's just the way it is. And sometimes, or quite often, I'll cover a class on a Saturday as well. So there's many weeks where I teach 7 days a week, and I've done that before 2 to 3 weeks in a row and not had a day off for like 3 weeks. You know, it. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, you know, it happens. This is life, right? This is a job. So that is how it goes, okay? I had a situation recently where I had to, basically I had the opportunity to move from a place where there was a lot of very passionate participants who really loved it and they liked me as an instructor, and I've been there for a few years. I had to leave that in order to pursue a place elsewhere where I was getting paid more. Now, a lot of instructors would listen to that and just be like, hey man, that's so wrong. Because I think, I don't know, I think that place might be left now without an instructor. So, because of my actions, people have lost their class. But, at the end of the day, this is my job, okay? And if a place is not paying enough for it to be sustainable, or if I feel I'm worth more than what they pay, then I have to make that decision, hard as it is, and do what I've got to do. Okay, and it's the same in any other job. It's the same as going back to if you're working at a supermarket. If someone's willing to pay you more for the same job, why would you not just move? Yeah, so this is the other mindset. Okay, so we've talked about the nutrition. We talked about the fact that you need to gradually work up. Now we look at the mind, how your mindset is, and as an instructor. Now I do it because I bloody love it. Like, I feel like I was born to do this. Okay, but I also have to put food on the table. Passion on its own does not put food on the table. Okay, a good competitive rate of pay for what I do puts food on the table. Okay, and that may be for you one of the biggest obstacles to overcome in becoming an instructor. And that's it. I think that's everything covered, really. Unless some more questions come up, there may be another one coming. Have a great day. I hope it's been helpful for you. Cheers.